Hey everybody, so Wall Street just now opened about 15 seconds ago. And let's see if what they're going to do with the market. It's already been pretty exciting with the news that just came out about 1 hour ago. That was the CPI inflation data, and it shows that the inflation is lower than forecast. Inflation lower than forecast, that's good for gold and bad for the US dollar. Why is it bad for the US dollar? Can anybody answer me that question? Why is it good for gold and bad for the US dollar? So it just takes a while after Wall Street opens to see what the direction is going to be. I'm not going to jump on any trade right at the beginning of the opening session. Just watch the chart. We're looking at XAU USD on the 15-minute chart. That's the chart that I like to trade on. It's slow enough that I can see the changes in the candles, and it's fast enough. Not as fast as the 1 minute or the 5 minute, but those are too fast for me. If you're tuning in, let me know where you're watching from. Leave a comment in the comment section. Say hello. Let me know if you're trading gold today. This is live trading gold, and we're looking at XAU USD on the 15-minute chart. This is the previous, excuse me. This is yesterday. This is Monday, the close of the U.S. session, and gold was very bearish. And then gold continued bearish, had ups and downs, kind of sideways really in a tight range. But I expected a lot of retail traders were selling gold. I had some people in the live this morning in the Asian session telling me that they expected gold to go to lower prices. And so a lot of retail traders probably selling gold. And this was the Asian low here at 40, 45.73. That was the Asian session you see in the little gray box. And that was the Asian high at 46.08. So that was kind of the accumulation period for the Asian session. And then London opened, went up a little bit, down a little bit, sideways, and then started continuing down. So I bet a bunch of retail traders are thinking, oh, gold's going to go down to lower prices. Then what did London do? London turned around and completely took out the Asian high for the day. Completely took it out. If you were short in here, if you were short today, you probably had your stop loss maybe in here, maybe you had your stop loss in here, maybe you even had your stop loss above the Asian high, thinking there's no way that gold is gonna go back up that far. And now all of those stop losses are gone, completely gone. London just took out the Asia high, and of course, it was helped by the bad news on the US economy with the CPI inflation data. Hey, Tafari, thanks for joining in. Appreciate you being here. Where are you watching from? So I had a little bit of trade earlier before the news came out. I don't like to trade the news. The news came out on this big green candle right here, but I had a pretty good profitable trade earlier before the news came out. I don't like to trade, when the news comes out because you don't know what it's going to be or what's going to happen. It could go up or it could go down. So I had a good profitable trade here, and then I sat out and watched this. as the news came out, it was very bad for the US and good for gold. And so gold has rocketed up. We've already got to a high of 46.23. Our all-time high is over here at 46.30. That was yesterday. That's our all-time high, new all-time high, 46.30 yesterday. What's Wall Street going to do now? They just opened about 5 minutes ago, and they're not doing anything. But it takes a while, it takes about maybe even 30 minutes before we see the real direction. Is this the high of the day, or are we gonna is Wall Street going to, continue the expansion of the bullish move? Gold is bullish on the day chart and bullish on the 4-hour chart. So the big picture is gold is bullish, and we just need to look for an opportunity to buy. And I won't be buying at these high prices. Let's see if gold will pull back maybe to our previous Asia high. We have our uh, previous day high on Monday. That was yesterday. That was at 46.30. Your previous day low was way, way down there. But we're going to be going to higher prices. Definitely, definitely going to higher prices. Just to look for an opportunity. Oh, from Jamaica, Tafari, welcome. So you're in the same time zone as the New York session, roughly. I'm in Southeast Asia, so I'm 12 hours difference from the New York session. And getting a little bit of move up now. Got a big wick on this candle here, big pin bar. Looks like we might just continue up. But it takes a while before we know really which way New York is going to go. Maybe they'll come back down and take out this Asia high, go just below that a little bit, maybe. Or we might get a fair value gap here shortly. That'll give us a little bit of confirmation of which direction to go. But based on the news that came out, the inflation data, that's bad news for the U.S. and that's good for gold. Does anybody know why that is bad for the U.S. and good for gold? The inflation is less. Inflation is lower than forecast. Why is that bad for the U.S.? Well, I should say, why is that bad for the US dollar? Because gold is paired with the US dollar. So why is that bad for the US dollar? Does anybody know? If you're watching and you have a trade open on gold, let me know. Are you long? Are you short? What are you doing? I don't have any trade open just yet. The previous 15-minute candle was a doji. As you can see there, that's a doji. That's a doji right now on this candle, which typically means either a possible change in direction, or it could mean a continuation. 'Cause this previous candle here is indecision in the market. Do they want to go higher or do they want to go lower? You're long and you're waiting. Okay. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the comment, Ago. Good to see you here, buddy. Thanks for joining in. You're long and you're waiting. Where's your stop loss? as we talked about earlier today. I expect because of the news that came out, it's likely that we will see some higher prices with gold. But we're not seeing it go that direction yet. It usually takes a while after Wall Street opens for the market to show its clear intentions. So I assume you probably went long a little bit earlier when the news came out, and you're waiting for higher prices. Yeah, that's what we do as traders. 99% of our time we spend waiting. 1% of our time we spend executing the trade. And then while we're waiting, we just wait to see where there's gonna go up or go down, go into profit or go into a loss. I took a trade earlier before the news came out, and that was good profit, but then I don't trade when the news comes out. Let it do what it's gonna do, and then wait and see what the direction is gonna be. Oftentimes, the news comes out, it will be a knee-jerk reaction and go and the commodity or the currency will go right back to what it was doing before the news came out. But in this case, I believe we likely to see higher prices because, the inflation was lower than forecast, and that's bad for the US dollar and good for gold. Does anybody know why that's bad for the US dollar and good for gold? Now Wall Street's moving it. Now it's starting to go. So it looks like we might come up and break that, previous day high from yesterday of 46.30. And if we break that, then the next resistance level would be about 46.50. If we break above 46.30 here, the next resistance would be about 46.50, which is not very far away. Yeah, looks like Wall Street definitely wants to continue the move up. We're seeing an expansion of the bullish move. 46.24, only $6 away from our all-time high. That's nothing for gold. It'll probably be there in a few minutes. So very bullish candle here. Now we start the next 15-minute candle. only $3 away from an all-time high. I would say we're gonna blast above that. Pretty clear now. Pretty clear the direction we're gonna take. So Tafari, do you have a trade open? Are you long on gold? I think before this candle finishes, we will see a break, a new all-time high. Here it comes. 46.28. Boy, that's really touching on that all-time high. 46.29. We've already hit that. There it goes. New all-time high, guys. 46.32, new all-time high. And it's just going to keep going. So we've broken above the previous day high from yesterday. Now set a new all-time high. I would say resistance is around 46.50. If you want to put your take profit there. This is fun to watch. Okay, Tafari, that's cool. Thanks for tuning in here. And Tafari, just to let you know, you can message me on Telegram. My ID is at RickRayFX. I have a free video course to help you get started. It's about 10 videos. It's on my website, rickrayfx.com. That's my website if you want to check it out. And if you add me to Telegram, then I'll give you the link for that free video course. It's about 10 videos. It'll help you to get set up with everything. It's a foundational course. It goes through MT4, how to take trades, pending orders, risk management, news trading, everything you need to for the foundation to start your trading journey. And it's absolutely free, no obligation. So just add me to Telegram and tell me you want the free course, and I'll give you the link and the password to get access to that. We're the TP. Well, we're in uncharted territory. So you can either use a tracking stop or the 4650. Let me check my MT5 right quick and see what my indicator says is the next level of resistance. And 4644 is the next level of resistance. on that indicator that I use. After 46.44, it's 46.91. So I would put my TP at 46.44. We will definitely get there. I hope that helped you. Let me go ahead and put that on the chart, actually. Go down here and put that on the chart. Next level of resistance would be 46.44. There we go. It will get there. I have every confidence that it will get to that next level of resistance. The news was inflation is down, inflation has improved, and that was better than forecast. That is bad for the US dollar and good for gold. Does anybody know why it's good for gold and bad for the US dollar? Leave me a comment in this section here on YouTube. I mean, I know. I'm just wondering if you know. I'll tell you. Okay. Uh, Inflation is down in the US, and that's bad for the US dollar because if inflation is down, that means that they will be able to lower the interest rate. And if the interest rate is lower on the US dollar, nobody wants to hold US dollars. So that's good for gold. If inflation is high, that's when they put interest rates up to try and control inflation, to try and bring inflation down. But when inflation is low, then interest rates are low, and that's not good for the US dollar. And if we just look over at the DXY right quick, okay, you see when the news came out, boom, had a big drop in the US dollar. Now it's normal that it will retrace like this, but overall, it's likely to continue. And as the US dollar is going up now at this moment, then we see that's putting pressure on gold. They're paired together, XAU, gold, and US dollar. You know, generally, they don't go the same direction. Sometimes it happens, but generally one goes up, the other goes down. And right now, the US dollar, for some strange reason, is going up, and gold is going down. But it's just for the moment. And we're only like 25 minutes into the New York session. Mm, interesting. Very interesting what we're seeing here now. Why is that? What in the world? Oh, okay. Put that about there. 4635. So a little bit of a retracement here back to 4626. Mm-hmm. 2 more minutes left on this 15-minute candle. On the hour, let's see if it starts to continue back up. Hmm. 4621. Anybody still with me here? Only two people. EDH, that's a good question. That means previous day high on Monday, which was yesterday. And that's at 4630. That was yesterday's all-time high. The previous all-time high. Previous day high. which is a strong resistance level, as you can see. Just broke above that, but now it's coming back down. And it looks like we might get a reversal. Wow, this just in 1 minute, that's a pretty big bearish candle. Hmm. And you can see how I've got the chart marked up here. This is the Asian session. This was the Asia high at 4608, the Asian low 4573. That was our accumulation zone. And then London kind of took it up a little bit back down, and it looked like it was going to be bearish. And a lot of retail traders were selling after this big bearish drop in the US market. And then London took it up and went just blew right past the Asian high for the day with the assistance of that bad news on the US economy. And Wall Street opened. They continued the expansion above the previous day high yesterday. And now we're seeing a retracement. How far down will it come? Amazing. Absolutely amazing what we're seeing here. In just 4 minutes, just taking out all of the profit from the previous 30 minutes. Everybody was buying, 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 buying. And now, wherever you had your stop loss, if you had a trailing stop, it's gone. There was a $16 drop, 160 pips in just 4 minutes. Hmm. This is really interesting. I don't know if you guys found I do. What's in this. It's saying, just curious how far down it's going to go. Got another 7 minutes on this 15-minute candle. So we just keep waiting. Another 5 minutes on this candle. See what happens. Oh, everybody's gone. Okay. Well, I'm going to close out here, guys. Everybody's disappeared. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below in the comments. Wherever you're watching from, please like, love, and share. It does help the channel. I'm here every day, Monday to Friday, for the opening of the New York session, which is 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. And I'm also here for the Asian session, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. That's 8 a.m. Indochina time. Okay, have a great day wherever you are in the world, or a great evening. And I'll see you again next